Welcome to the Wager Detective Report for breakdown analysis and prediction for this game.
All right, hello and good day, folks. This is Wager Detective here. We're going to cap this Tampa Bay Rays versus the Detroit Tigers going off August 25th, 2026. Let's get into it. Talk about Tampa Bay. 78-53 this year, 35-30 on the road. Solid record. Good team. I like this team. Well coached. They remind me of the Milwaukee Brewers in the way that they do things. I love Kevin Cash, one of my favorite managers in all of baseball. I love them. And when we look at this Tampa Bay team, they're plus 47 run differential, which puts them third in that division behind the Yankees and Boston. But yet there they are sitting in first place. I got a feeling one of those teams are going to take over the Rays before it's over for that division. Tampa Bay's won 2 in a row, but they're 4-6 in their last 10. As we know, Baltimore gave them a whole lot of problems when they played them. We look at Tampa Bay. Look at how they play against the AL Central. They are 20-9 against the Central. Solid record. Now, you don't want to look at that record and be like, okay, I'm going to ride that record because it's going to continue for the rest of the season. I would pump the brakes on that. Usually, you don't want to be late to the party and early to the funeral on betting like that. But when we look at this Tampa Bay team, Simpson leads the team in batting average. Caminero leads the team in home runs and RBIs. When we look at this team, Caminero, Diaz, Arenado, Simpson, Mullins, Walls, they got a lot of talent on this team, and they're well coached. And they're not really a home run hitting team, but you look at the stolen bases, they got a couple guys that are going to have well over 20 stolen bases this year. Simpson leads the team there. Mullins, they got guys that can steal bases. You look at them in their last 9, they're 2-7. Baltimore got a hold of them for a lot of those games that they lost in their last 9. And they beat Baltimore. They beat Detroit yesterday 4-1. So they're trying to get some of that momentum back that they had. But this team's been playing fantastic. I mean, they're just a solid team. You look at them in their last 9 games versus the Tigers, they're 3-6. They've scored 5.1 runs a game to 6.33 against. And so over their last 9 versus the Tigers, not doing that well, even though they did win yesterday. So when we look at that, that brings a little bit of that momentum back. And this Tigers team and Rays team are similar in a lot of ways. We look at the Rays, last 9 games, they're 4-5, scoring 3.78 runs a game to 5.22 for their opponents. The last 9 games, they're batting .261 with a .313 average with runners in scoring position. And when we look at them over their last 3 games, they are batting .247, and they're hitting .250 with runners in scoring position over their last 3 games. So modest numbers, but not bad. Over the last 9, again, hitting .313 with runners in scoring position, and they're scoring 3.78, almost 4 runs a game over their last 9 games. When we look at them on the road this year, they're 34-30, scoring 4.56 runs per game, a home run per game. And their batting average isn't that bad, .256 on the road this year with a .714 OPS. Anything over 700 solid. So they hit a home run per game. OPS is looking good. Record looking 34-30, scoring 4.5 runs a game. That's pretty solid, pretty decent. When we look at them since July, 28-20, scoring 4.4 runs a game. Home runs go up to about a home run and a quarter per game. Batting average, solid, .263 batting average since July, .315 on base percentage, and the OPS goes up to .734. That .734 OPS is solid since July. So they're playing good, even though they've been sliding recently. They're going to see Jackson Jobe today, 24-year-old right-hander. It's going to be his 4th career start. He's 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. He's got 11 strikeouts with a 1.36 whip. The kid's got overpowering stuff as far as his fastball, some swing and miss stuff as far as the heat. He's got some movement on that fastball, and he's got some off-speed stuff that can make guys just fan and wave at the ball. So a decent prospect. When we look at his last 3 starts, his team is 1-2, but the run differential, they're +3. They're scoring for him, 5.33 runs a game to 4.3 for their opponents. And he's got a 4.50 ERA over his last 3 starts, giving up 9 hits per 9. Strikeouts aren't really there. The walks are a little concerning. His last outing on the 19th versus the Pirates, 5 1/3, 4 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. So not bad stuff. He's just another prospect in that organization. Kind of reminds me of Casey Mize a little bit with the way he throws and the things that he does. So Tigers are always going to have guys in their organization, you know, like Scherzer back in the day, that they bring up. When we look at this Detroit Tigers team, they're 61 and 70. They're 7 games out of first place, um, and they're 32 and 32 at home this year. So solid numbers, 500 team at home, 61 and 70 on the year, 7 games out of first. When we look at them as far as their plus minus run differential, they're the number 1 team in the Central in the plus runs department. They lost 6 straight games though, and they're 1-9 in their last 10. They got a 3.5% chance to make the playoffs. And unless they win this division, I don't see them making the playoffs because the wild card push is going to be too tough. As you can see there, only 3 teams are going to make the wild card. New York and Boston are pretty much there. Cleveland's chasing those guys. And just look how far back they are to try to catch Cleveland. They're not that far back. They're 5 games back from them. So it's rough sledding. They probably got a better chance to make the wild card than they do to win their division. But they're still chasing that 3rd spot, which is right now held by Cleveland, and Boston and New York. They're going to get in. There's no question about it. Look how far ahead that they are from their people that are chasing them. When we look at the Tigers, they're led by McGonigal in batting average, and then Dingler leads the team in home runs and RBIs. I like McGonigal. I like Dingler. I like Torkelson. Green is their best player, in my opinion, along with McGonigal. And then Keith, McKinstry, Torres, solid. Vierling, I'm not a fan of in the least. Carpenter, Lee, Baez, they just got Baez back. So they got guys that can hit for power. They got guys that can hit home runs, drive runs in. And as we look into this Tigers team, look at that. They only got 1 win in their last 9 games. That was against the Pirates. They've scored 1 run or less in their last 3 games. And you look at them, I mean, they're just not scoring runs. 1 run, 3 run, 2 runs, 1 run, 7 runs, 1 run. They're either going to come out and score a number of runs, or they're just not going to score at all. So that's what you're dealing with them. 1-8 in their last 9, scoring 3.4 runs a game to 5.2 for their opponents. They're only batting .213 over their last 9 games, and 184 average with runners in scoring position over their last. They're hitting 184 over their last 3 games. Runners in scoring position over their last 3, 130. So this team is just in a rut, and you can never count them out. I like A.J. Hinch. This is going to be a great managerial head-to-head matchup once again tomorrow in the 2nd game of the series. When we look at the Tigers at home this year, solid numbers, 4.5 runs a game, almost 8 hits a game, well over a home run a game, batting .242 at home this year. And I like this. The on-base percentage, 32% at home, over 400% slug, and a 728 OPS. All those numbers from capping these games and looking at these numbers, those are solid numbers. They can put up runs. The hits you'd like to see a little bit higher, but they got the power. The OPS is there, the slug's there, and they get on base 32% of the time at home. So to me, that's not bad at all. You know, they could generate. And the pitcher that they're going to see today, they're going to have a chance to score. When we see what they've done since July, they're 24 and 20, but look at the numbers. Runs per game jump up to 5 runs a game, almost 9 hits a game, almost a home run and a quarter per game. Batting .251 since July with a 7.40 OPS. To me, that's solid. They're getting a hit 1 out of every 4 at bats. OPS, they're hitting doubles, they're hitting home runs, they're hitting for power, and they're scoring 5 runs a game since July. So to me, that's solid. You don't want to look at a team and say, well, they're sliding. They're not bad. They can show up at any given day. Against left-handed pitching, the numbers do go down. They're only batting .230 against left-handers, .317 on-base percentage, .371 slug, and a .688 OPS. So all those numbers kind of drop from their home numbers and since July numbers, but they're going to be seeing a left-hander today that, you know, I think they can get to, and that's going to be Ian Seymour, 27-year-old left-hander. He's 9-4 on the year, but he's got a 4.17 ERA. He's got 123 strikeouts with a 1.14 WHIP. So he doesn't walk a lot of guys. He strikes out a lot of guys, but the ERA, he does give up a lot of home runs, as we'll see in this split coming up. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Now, when we see Seymour on the season, 9-4, he's striking out almost 11 batters per 9, but the ERA, again, over 4. He's walking almost 3 batters per 9, and look at the home runs, over 1.60 home runs per nine. I could see one going out for the Tigers. I could see one going out. And, he's got modest numbers. They're good. It's like the ERA is a concern, but then you look at the strikeouts per nine. He's striking out 11 per nine. He's got 123 strikeouts in 101 innings. That's pretty solid work, if you ask me. His last 5 starts, his team is 3-2 plus 5 run differential. His team is scoring 4.8 runs a game to 3.8 against. His last 5 outings, solid 2.93 ERA, giving up 8.5 hits per 9. Walks are under control, but look at the home runs. Almost 2 home runs per 9 over his last 5 outings. But then he counteracts that with his strikeouts, 12 strikeouts per 9. His wins in his last 5 outings came against the Mariners, Rockies, and Rangers, and the losses came against the Blue Jays and the Orioles. His team has lost his last 2 starts. So a little concern there, but look at that, 37 strikeouts in his last 27 2/3. But again, the home runs, almost 2 per game, so 2 per 9. So it's a concern. We look at him on the road, 5-1 record, 4.70 ERA. He's given up 8.6 hits per 9 on the road this year. Walks are elevated to 3.5 per 9. And again, home runs nearing 1.5 home runs per 9 with 11 strikeouts per 9. So it's a mixed bag. He's either striking guys out or they're getting hits or home runs. Team's batting .247 against him on the road this year. Almost 1 hit every 4 at bats. So when we look at him on 4 days rest, he does have a team record of 2-3, -6 run differential. His team is scoring for him on 4 days rest, 4.6, but they're also giving up 5.8 runs per game. In his starts on 4 days rest this year, he's got a 5.27 ERA, giving up 10 hits per 9. The walks aren't a concern, but look at the home runs. Again, 2.11 home runs per 9 on 4 days rest. Along with that ERA and hits, it's an open door for the Tigers to do something here. But again, he's striking out nearly 14 batters per 9 on 4 days rest too. So it's such a contrast. The guy's got swinging and stuff, but you still got, with all those strikeouts, the ERA is high, the home runs per 9 are high. We look at his last outing versus the Blue Jays on the 20th. He had 5 innings pitched. He gave up 3 home runs, a walk, but he had 8 strikeouts. So it's just fascinating. When I looked at this guy's splits, it's just crazy. Like, the ERA is crazy. The home runs per 9. He gave up 3 home runs in his last outing, but he could strike out 8 batters in 5 innings. So it's can the Tigers be patient? Can they work counts? We shall see. When we look at this Tampa Bay team, we look at their bullpen. They don't have a good bullpen. That's going to come back to haunt them in the playoffs. They got a 4.34 ERA out of the bullpen. And yesterday, they had Clevenger, Baker. Baker had 5 pitches. Kelly had 12. Clevenger had 22. It's going to be interesting to see. Or was that yesterday? Hold on. Yeah. So when we look at the Tigers bullpen, the Tigers bullpen's better. Tigers have a better bullpen, obviously, when we look at them. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out here. But yesterday, where was it at here? Oh, yeah. So yesterday, Tigers had Rainey and Holland had 15 pitches, and then for the Rays, Clevenger had 14, Rodriguez had 23, and Baker had 16. So you're probably not going to see Baker. The Tigers are more fresh in this spot. Jansen hasn't pitched, didn't pitch yesterday. Finnegan didn't pitch yesterday. A lot of their guys are getting banged around regardless. Guys, if I'm looking at this game, it's a real mixed bag with Seymour. A little less known about Jackson Jobe. If I was going to lean aside based off the numbers I'm looking at, I think this game does go over the 7.5. It's hard to take the Tigers the way they're hitting in their last 9 games. But I expect them to kind of break out of the funk here. And I think the head-to-head rings true. They are 6-3 in their last 9 against the Rays. I'm going to ride with them at home. They're still fighting for something. I think they could sneak out a win here. The over-under I'm a little less certain about, and even on the side I'm not necessarily certain of, but I would lean the Tigers in this game. This is definitely a hard cap for me to decipher, but I would lean the Tigers in this spot, And if I had to lean an over-under, I think it does get over. So my call here is going to be the Tigers on the money line and this game to go over 7.5. This is Wager Detective. Thank you for tuning in. This was a very difficult cap to kind of decipher, but I think Seymour can give up the home run. And I think if the Tigers can get guys on base and hit one, I think they could put more and more pressure on them. And then I like Jansen to come in and close it out if that's the case. So thank you for tuning in. Share this video, like it. And I love all my fans out there, present and future. Let's go Tigers, and let's go over 7.5. I'll talk to you soon.
Be sure to follow Wager Detective on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.